Hello everyone, my name is Chen and I am a PhD candidate from Design Department of Politecnico di Milano. My research focuses on how spatial design can create a home-like environment for people with dementia. Today, my presentation is small-scale care institution design strategies for creating home feelings involved with nature for people with dementia, the case study of Cascina Grace. About today's presentation, first let me provide a brief introduction of a green care farm, Cascina Grace, which is also a small-scale and home-like care institution for people with dementia in Milan. And then I will describe what small-scale and home-like care institution is. After that, I will focus on explaining Green Care Farm as an innovative, small-scale, and home-like care institution, and how it's creating home feelings involved with nature for people with dementia. Cascina Grace is the first green care farm for dementia in the city of Milan, and it is located inside Casa Chiavale. Casa Chiavale is the farmhouse which has a total of 1,600 square meters of renovated buildings, about 2 hectares of woodland, and 6 hectares of farmland. It is a place of peace surrounded by greeneries that can be breathed in. At the beginning of August of 2021, it has been turned into a social care facility for a community of frail individuals, like the elderly with dementia, children in difficulty, family with low incomes, and people with disabilities. In Casa Chiavale, there have 2 main villas. One of them is for the elderly with dementia, that is Cascina Grace. The therapists and caregivers in that will organize many care activities related to gardening, which let them contact with nature. Moreover, the presence of children allows the activation of intergenerational activities, which not only have a therapeutic purpose for the elderly with dementia, but they also represent an occasion for the social connection among all residents of Casa Chiavale. In general, Cascina Grace is the small-scale care facility for the people living with dementia. These kind of dementia care facilities come from the development of dementia care concept. Because until now, the dementia cannot be cured, so the dementia care has experienced a shift from medical care model to a person-centered care model. The person-centered care model encourages treating people living with dementia as individuals with unique identities and highlights their personal identity in care facilities. Under this concept, the care environment for the elderly with dementia have changed from traditional medical style institution like a nursing home or special care union to a small-scale and home-like care institution. The small-scale and home-like care institution have the following characteristics. Normally, the physical setting of small-scale and home-like care institution can be a unit in a larger nursing home or a standalone facility, but they are all small-scale living. The buildings themselves are intended to offer a home-like features such as kitchen, dining room, living room, and a laundry area. And it creates a home-like atmosphere by domestic decorations. In addition, it encourages the residents to engage in a variety of meaningful activities. In some, small-scale and home-like care institution is a facility to provide residents with dementia with an experience similar to that of living in their own home. In small-scale and home-like care institutions, the nature environment is a very important aspect for the residents with dementia. Many studies have described the healing power of nature. For example, the Attention Restoration Serial describes the restorative effect of natural environment on human mental fatigue. Stress Reduction Serial highlights that nature can decrease perceived stress levels. The biophilia hypothesis states that the humans are biologically predisposed to be attracted to the nature. This kind of healing power of nature can also affect people with dementia in the same way. The previous research have demonstrated that exposure to the green environment can assist individuals living with dementia in coping with stress, overcoming behavioral barriers, and generally improve their well-being, activities, and identity. In addition to the healing power of nature for people with dementia, the nature space is one of the factors influencing the sense of home for residents living in care institutions. The nature space in care facilities are frequently in the form of gardens. Different terms are used to describe these designed gardens and the therapeutic activities that accompany them. The sensory garden refers to provision of multisensory stimulation for dementia residents through the use of elements such as fresh air, animals in garden. The therapeutic garden refers to the practice of utilizing nature's restorative and healing powers to help people with dementia improve their behavioral issues, sleep-wake patterns, and muscle strength. The wandering garden provides a safe environment for people with dementia to roam. All this definition encompasses both passive and active interaction with nature. The passive interaction refers to interventions in the garden by various sensory stimuli, such as fresh air, smells, sights, bird sounds, sunlight, and worms. The active interaction refers to the planning of more intentional interventions in the garden. Working, gardening, and other activities are examples. And these interventions is frequently facilitated by the involvement of a professional therapist. We can say for people with dementia, it is important that small-scale and home-like care facilities provide a sense of home and let them access to nature. The Green Care Farm is an innovative, small-scale, and home-like care institution. It refers to a small group of residents who live together on farmland in a non-institutional residence and provide daycare service to a variety of client groups with the goal of enhancing an individual's social, emotional, and educational well-being. And the most important, it provides the residents with dementia the sense of home that involved with nature. About homemaking in Green Care Farm, first we need to understand what is the meaning of home for care environment. The concept of home has been a topic of scientific interest for decades, and it shows a different understanding of this phenomena in different disciplines. After decades of research, home is no longer simply understood as a physical entity. The meaning of home expresses the positive relationships that a person links with his or her surroundings. In Maloney's findings, she believed that at-homeness is our experience of dynamic people-place integration. This person-place integration, including the cycle of closing one door, opening another, nesting, and moving the self forward into the future, possible relationships with time, space, people, activities, and meanings. Based on this explanation, we have a new development that believes people with dementia establish person-space integration through their habituality. Habituality, which refers to a set of pre-reflected gestures or actions that people unconsciously perform. This will involve responding naturally based on one's cultural background and their past experiences. The habituality can be treated as a medium for people with dementia to establish the person-space integration process in care institution. To be specific, the physical environment stimulates dementia residents placing their habituality in a care facility, which led them nesting in this new environment. At the same time, this habituality lets this environment become the extension of themselves and helps them self-meaning moving forward in this care facility. Next, I will use this concept to explain homemaking in Green Care Farm. People with dementia who live on the Green Care Farm have the opportunity to participate in a variety of activities, including domestic activity like washing dishes, prepare dinner, setting the table, work-related activities like feeding the animals, cleaning the yard, and gardening, social activities like coffee breaks, dinners, conversations, and leisure activities like reading, watching TV, and play games. All these activities at the Green Care Farm are normal activities of daily life in a person's day. To greater or lesser extent, these activities will include a person's habituality, even if the person is suffering from dementia. This habituality will not disappear. These daily activities allow residents with dementia to have a normal life in a care setting so that they can settle into this new environment. At the same time, these daily activities represent a continuation of their past and self in their new environment, helping their self-meaning to move forward. It is the process of integration of a people's space through the habituality on Green Care Farm. This is also the process of homemaking at Green Care Farm. Due to the unique physical features of the Green Care Farm, it has abundant outdoor spaces. This allows people with dementia to engage in these activities that are relevant to nature, like gardening, feeding, and cleaning. Even when indoor activities are undertaken, there are many opportunities to contact with nature. So, in our Green Care Farm, the homemaking process is involved with nature. Finally, we can conclude that, in contrast to small-scale and home-like care facilities that separate homemaking from nature contact, Green Care Farms integrate a sense of home with nature contact. That's all my presentation, and thank you for your listening. If you have any questions or comments, please contact me. That is my email address. Thank you so much.